Good morning. This is, I'm going to call this part B of the Weekend Shop Talk. Basically, I have some bonus clips that I had made. There's a follow-up on the grinder. That didn't turn out quite as well as I expected. And it's probably, I'm not sure exactly what's going to have to be done. I think part of it's in the wheels. Biggest part's in the wheels I purchased. They're still not quite what I wanted. And one of my viewers, not necessarily a subscriber, he must have not seen the earlier drill deal, so we're going to do a quick drill deal for him, and we'll probably put in a couple of clips, probably a couple of simple clips, golf and something else. I'm standing outside this morning doing, excuse me, let's look around, doing the intro this morning, and standing here behind using the sprayer for a backdrop, and I'm outside so you can hear the traffic go by. So again, I usually don't put 2 out a week, but I just had some extra stuff that I had, and it's just too much. Video 2 weeks ago got way too long, so I decided to make A and B this week. So I hope you enjoy it. Just, again, rate, comment, subscribe. God bless all the comments. I love them all. And just, keep bearing with me. We'll keep working on it. The side grinder project, I've got the material. We'll probably start on it. You'll probably see some of the clips in next week's videos on the machining and it. And after that, I'm kind of up in the air. I'm thinking maybe going back to the grinder and making me some new pieces to see if that'll help completely. And that's one thing I'm leaning towards, probably what I'm going to end up doing, to see if I can help it. But I don't know how much of it is actually the pieces and how much of it's the wheels. So we'll just have to wait and see. I'm just looking around this morning. It's just a nice morning, by the way. So y'all have a great day, and I hope you enjoy this extra video. This is a follow-up to this Weekend Shop Talk. It's only 13, something like that I just put up, or be put up, and by the time this is shot, I'm walking back down to the building. Actually, somehow or another, I've been playing with using my tablet with the GoPro, and I don't know, for some reason I had some difficulties when I was shooting up this video, and I didn't get any of the grinder video work, the finished work, putting wheels on her. None of it, I got it saved up like I wanted it to be. And so basically I'm going to go down here and we're going to go in the building and shoot that. Probably put it on a future video, pick up some trash. While I'm walking down here to do that, I'm going to go ahead and probably do another video this weekend. I've got some footage. It's going to be another catch-all. I'm trying to keep the sizes down, about 30 minutes. Last week's was 51. That was just way entirely too long. This is the building that they're building at the area that we looked at the other day, and I just thought I'd go ahead and shoot a little bit of the progress on it. I'm still not sure what this is going to be. Find out. Okay, now we'll walk back to the building. We'll turn the shop lights on. I'll show you the wheels and the grinder and start it up. And all this is going to be handheld, so just kind of bear with me. And we'll download this in probably tomorrow night, and we'll make up a extra video to go along with it, like a part 2 or something. It's, it's there. Now let's turn the shop light on. I need to clean up the building a little better, but we're not going to get into that. I sometimes get lazy, like most folks. This is the grinder, and the side view of the grinder here where I put those screws in you see me putting in. These are the new Inco wheels, and the grinder still vibrates. And so I screwed it to the floor, drilled holes, screwed it to the floor. Lost all that video. So the wheels are these wheels are crooked. My plates are straight, but the wheels are crooked. But you can hear it vibrating. And now I just cut it off. But you'll watch mine. Well, I trued them side pieces up. They're fairly true. But watch this wheel slow down. This is all going to be worked on some more. These wheels are going to be tightened up. If this wheel slows down, hopefully you'll be able to see it's wobbling. It's wobbling pretty bad. So both of the wheels are actually. But like I said, I trued the way I trued this wheel plates up, they should be fairly true. But if you'll notice, as that wheel slows down, you'll see how that wheel is. This is like the wheel itself is crooked. And both of them, you can really see them. You know, and plus they're way out around. I'm going to either have to get a diamond dresser and try to dress the wheels truer across the ODs and try to take that bounce out of them. That's going to be very hard to do without a way to hold that diamond dresser without it following the wheel. But you know, you know, that's the biggest thing. It's just playing out around. So, but you know, part of it's the wheel, part of it's the grinder. What you expect. I mean, like I said, this is a Cummins grinder. That's about one step below Harbor Freight. And I bought this grinder, and I'm unapologetic. I bought it. I paid more for the wheels that I just put on this grinder than I did the grinder. So, you know, what do you expect? I mean, it's still usable and it's still serviceable. So, we're going to use it and make the best of it. But see how, look how that wheel's wobbling. Let me get up there close. Hope you can see how that wheel's wobbling back and forth. And like I say, that's not my fixture neither. That's the wheel. I noticed that right out the gate when I put them on. Them wheels are just bad, horrible. So, but you know, that's probably, like I said, if I'd have went ahead and sprung maybe for Norton wheels, I probably wouldn't have had that issue. But you know, what you expect. Okay, we'll make the best of it. I mean, it's somewhat better than what it was. So, and that's the update on the grinder. This particular clip that you're going to see now, it's going to be the drill grinder, sharpening with the drill grinder. So that is for a friend of mine at work who's one of my viewers. We're going to try this again. We have GoPro issues. I had a request from a viewer, not a subscriber, but a viewer, one of the people I work with, and about the drill sharpener and how I go about sharpening drills. So first thing I'm going to do is I got to adjust this up for a little more stroke, this bigger drill bit. Then, all right, so first thing I do is I put the drill bit there and just kind of hold it into place. That gets me the kind of the length that I have to move everything. The next thing I do is adjust the drills to where the points are correct. And what I'm looking for is, you see this line right here, if I don't know if you can see it, and we're trying to line this line up with this point and that line up with that point. Then I just take a magic marker, Sharpie marker, and this is just a Walmart generic one. And then we do all that, and then we just get up here and get close. I don't know if you can hear it scrub yet. And then once it scrubs, we go in, take a cut. what we want to make sure we're doing is we got enough relief in the drill bit. So that the drill will actually work. So you'll notice it's sharpening it at the correct angle. And you'll see there's a hunk missing in this one. So like I say, these drill bits, this is out of that same bucket of drill bits. And I'm standing up so I can be here at the camera talking to you while I'm doing this. Making sure I'm putting the relief in it. Now I'm going to keep just flipping it till I spark out. That assures me of getting these drills the way I want them. Now, you'll notice I'm holding the drill bit up to make sure that I've got the back on everything. Sometimes I'll even take something and hold it on the front of the drill bit just to make sure that we grout back on them. Because it's real easy to be fooled, because you really, with this, can fool you. Because if we start sharpening up here, in theory, you should come all the way back to the bottom. With the proper back relief. And it looks like we've got it. So there it is. Now I'm going to unhook you here and I'm going to show you. And then this should get you a little clearer. Right here, if you see this, there's a line here and it lines up at this 118 degrees. So that's exactly how the machine's set up. So hopefully that'll clear up how this drill sharpener works. What I'm doing is the wall building and stuff like that. I have think it's on last week's video, and it's pretty much good wall. Building is probably machine very noisy. And again, this truck I normally don't post on still questions about posting things from there. So this truck's been all over the place. All over the place. I'm gonna set this here on the ground on a brick. I don't know what you're gonna see. We'll load the clips up. We'll see what it looks like. But we're gonna do a little bit of a practicing up on our golf. We need to get that. See, that ain't good. That's why I'm out here doing it, by the way. I haven't played much this year. A couple of times. The weather just hasn't been fit. Got a golf trip scheduled in July. Our golf league's supposed to be starting, so I need to get back in the swing of things. That's better. And I need to hit a few balls. I'm just trying to get myself back into it. I'm not a great golfer, by the way. I mean, if I break 90, I'm doing good. High 80s. I've shot in the middle 80s before. I didn't take up golf till I was about 45 years old, so that's kind of a tough way to go at this game. And being old and having a bit of arthritis and stuff, you just don't, you know, you're never going to get to be, I mean, you just enjoy it. That's all you can say. I'm just working on this because I haven't got to swing a lot. And so I thought I'd get out here after the race, watch the race today. Like to see my man Kurt Busch. I'm not a Chevrolet man, but I love to see Kurt Busch win races. Hey, screw him. Plain and simple. Man drive the hell out of a race car and they screw him. That's one thing I like about Gene Haas. He knows talent. He got a deep enough pocketbook. He can say, screw sponsors, screw politically correct. We're going to put the best man we can get our hands on in a race car. That's what I like. One of the things I struggle with being an old school NASCAR is all this dang politically correct crap. So, it should be more about performance, not because you can talk good. Like Michael Walter, he never could drive himself out of a wet sack, but he sure can bull crap good enough. I've just never been much for BS, I'm telling you folks. Not much for BS. Okay, that's enough of you watching me practice. Well, I'm going to take some clips. We're going to chuck them together. This is a Saturday afternoon. I've worked all week. Instead of going to the shop, I'm going to play a little golf. And right now, I am hunting for my aforementioned golf ball that I just hit. And I don't see it, so I'm going to cut it off and I'll find it. That's why I couldn't find it. Just about OB. Well, like Chuck, I thought I'd put a cooking video in this week. So you're going to see me cooking breakfast the other Sunday morning, and that's what this clip is. Good morning. Let's have some breakfast. Let me turn the camera just a shade there. And there we go. We are fixing breakfast this morning. And my daddy, you've heard me talk about my daddy a lot. You get to see my back a lot. It's not really a good view here. Hang on a second, there may be a better view. I don't know if it's going to, but we'll try it on top of the microwave and see if we can get a little more, because I ain't got everything here. Let's just see. Oh yeah, that's better. Probably get face view. And we're going to go to the shop sometime this morning, but I got up kind of late. I had a late evening. I was just out. And you just sometimes just get tired of the same old routine. And actually stopped by the Waffle House and eat steak and eggs while I was out early this morning. And so Sometimes this is not much fun. I've never been a fan of rolled sausage in a roll. Just have to kind of excuse me just a second. And that's another thing Debbie said, the sausage in the roll wasn't good neither. Well, this is Jimmy Dean, which is pretty good sausage, but given my preferences, I'd rather have Niece's or another local brand. But unfortunately, there's not much choice on the sausage. I do a lot of shopping at the neighborhood market at Walmart, Kings Mountain, and they don't carry Niece's at that market. You go to the ubiquitous food line. When I lived in Salisbury, basically that's where you went because that's where they was formed at. So. I lived in Salisbury about 10 years, and well, you know what causes stuff like that, folks. You won't have to even explain it. Man does some crazy things when ladies get involved. Work. So did I say when I started this cooking breakfast, another one of my late dad's commandments? Probably did. My late dad always said, my dad's been dead 29 years last fall. It'll be 30 years this September that my dad has passed. And my dad always told me, he said growing up, probably one more of the truest statements that I've ever seen, that every man needs to be able to take care of himself and be able to manage on his own if necessary. My dad, Mom was married for 35 years when he passed. And I had good parents, and it was they got along and agreed very well. In fact, growing up, I can never remember never hearing, well, I never heard an argument. There was never any arguments in my house. Now, both of my parents are strong-willed people, and they didn't always agree, but there was never no arguments. They would work it out without getting into these cuss fest, as I like to call it. Some people do. I can't say I have been so lucky, obviously. As you know, I live by myself. My relationships have not been quite that good, obviously, but the last lady who was here, that was my girlfriend, that she wanted to be claimed. Well, I'm going to phrase this way. She was one that put the fiance moniker on herself. Deanna was a sweet girl, just never knew which way she wanted to go. And so it always makes life difficult. In case you're wondering, I got a sink full of water. I'm going to go pan over here. I'm just chucking this stuff right in the sink. Let's go. This house was built in '63 and never was a dishwasher in it. Well, one was put back in after the fire was needed. And there was a fire here in the, when my mom still lived here before she had to go to home. The fire gutted the attic out, and the house had to be rebuilt. That's been 2 years ago, almost three now. Let's see, the summer 20 isn't 2013, because the summer of 2013 is when the house was burnt. Then I came back to live here in West Statesville about a year ago now. So a little over a year, almost a year. It'll be a year next month, about middle of the month. And that was the situation I'm not going to go into on YouTube in respect to other people's feelings, but sum it up too closely, it wasn't what I felt like I needed. And there's just a lot of things going on there and I wasn't completely thrilled about. So it's about 8 minutes of me cooking breakfast this morning, and it ain't quite done. I get it done, I'll bring you back. We're gonna go to the shop sometime this morning too. Alright, I'm bringing you back as I'm doing the eggs right quick. Eggs are not gonna be as pretty because obviously this pan had sausage droppings in it, so it'll tend to color the eggs a bit. That's just the way this works. And if you eat eggs in the restaurant, see well, if you get scrambled, I like eggs over well or scrambled myself personally. And I like cheese eggs, so that's what I'm fixing this morning. But I'm gonna eat a big breakfast, but I'll probably eat a small lunch and may go out this evening about for supper and go to a Mexican restaurant or something like that for my supper tonight. Sometimes I pick prepared meals, sometimes I do a lot of different things here. Usually during the week a lot I don't. So these eggs won't look as pretty as what you see in like a normal, when you eat, well, that's why you see them. That's the difference. You gentlemen that don't know much about cooking, why these eggs look a little bit dirty compared to what you see in a restaurant like a Waffle House or whatever. So there is my breakfast this morning. I'm gonna eat, probably don't need to eat that much sausage, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it. So, folks, hope you enjoy, and we'll get to the shop today. In case you're wondering, I am doing opens and closings at the same time for this video because this is a catch-all. So I thought I'd walk down here and catch the backside of this combine. Again, just to hope you enjoyed it. Basically, we just put some stuff together for you. Trying to put something out there, extra out there this week, just for the subscribers. Again, all the subscribers, God bless you. We really, really appreciate you. And the viewers that just cop in and out, I appreciate you too. And I appreciate the feedback. And I try to answer them. I don't, my subscriber list is in the mid 260s, I think now, unless I've added. The last time I looked this morning, I think it's about 260 or 265. And for the channel only to be open and being used and being promoted since first of the year, and this is a hobby to the hobby, and for a man that's trying to make machining videos and working 60 hours a week, this kind of gets tough. I did get a little bit of personal time in this weekend. I went up to the fairgrounds and watched the dirt track races on Friday night, so I got to do a little bit of something. I went to town last night and eat and run into some folks out at the local establishment to eat. Well, I went out there alone, about an hour or so. But again, you know, I think, like I say, I appreciate you looking at this dumb old country boy, as I call myself. I tell people that all the time. I really don't consider myself a genius. I'm just a plain, simple individual that does this for another hobby. So I hope you enjoyed this extra video this week, and take care until next week.